All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We're going to keep it clean. Touch gloves, let's do it.
Woo! Here we go, folks. UFC middleweight championship on the line. Israel Adesanya made his third successive defense against Marvin Vettori last June. He'll try to make the fourth one tonight against the former champion, Robert Whittaker.
Ready, let's fight.
Title fight energy is
This is amazing. Fight Clock is brought to you by Timex, official timekeeper of UFC. Timex watches have taken a licking and keep on ticking since 1854. And quickly to correct something I said earlier, 22 takedown attempts, not lands for Whittaker over his last 3. Landed 6 of them, but we'll see how much he chooses to wrestle here tonight and if that even works against the outstanding takedown defense of Adesanya.
Well, he has to. And I think a key is taking him down in the center of the octagon, running the feet through them. Against the fence, Israel, with his frame, because he's so tall, and because of his skill, is incredibly hard to take down. And if he is taken down with the fence, it's easier to get back up. But out in the center of the octagon, if he can get him to defend some shots and then run through him, the takedown's going to present itself a lot easier. That said, though, Rob's got to be strategic. He's got to take his time. And he needs to have a different approach. Last time out, it didn't work.
Well, he already is more patient. And Adesanya's trying to draw his shots out. But as we saw earlier with Alberg, if you stay on your heels too much, they'll just pick you apart. But right now, Robert Whittaker's not rushing in. He's not overextending, trying to get to Adesanya.
Good jab from Adesanya after Whittaker landed the leg kick.
I mean, the problem for Robert is that there's a 7-inch reach advantage for Israel Adesanya. So getting on the inside is hard anyway. So it will be easier if he can make Israel come to him and have Israel take away that advantage. Of course, you've got to slip and defend the shots coming your way. But if you can do that and then counter Israel, well, could be very interesting.
It is such a nuanced striking approach from Israel Adesanya. Feints and reads and way over my head, a lot of it.
Come on, John.
Adesanya is constantly switching stances. He's never in one position too long. Off of strikes, he goes from southpaw to conventional.
And there's so many feints. I mean, just a little twitch of the hips, pretending he's going to kick the shoulders. That's what Robert was doing in the first fight, kind of lunging in a little bit like that. Now and again's okay.
Yeah.
He was doing it too often in the
That's
first
one
fight.
of his best strikes, though.
Yes, the left
little leaping left hook, followed by the right over the top.
And that right head kick as well. That was a solid calf kick. Rob felt that one.
And Izzy has been hammering that weapon through about 3 minutes here early in the fight. All right, Dean Thomas, what do you have, sir?
Well, if you look at Robert Whittaker, you can notice a heavy boxing influence in his stance.
Yep.
Every so often, he starts leaning over towards his right. So watch the left high kick from Israel Adesanya to keep him straight up. There it goes right there.
Yep.
And that's honestly why Izzy can land so many outside kicks. Because he's so turned and he's so boxing-centric, it's easier to get to your target.
Oh! Early knockdown for the champion.
What a shot. Oh, look at him.
He's climbing down
As
the
a
crowd,
cucumber.
right?
He's like, calm down, Robert. I just dropped you. I mean, look at him. Now he's punking him. Growing in confidence. I mean, which is a scary thought. Israel is one of the most confident people on the planet. But for a good reason. He backs it up. It's not all talk. He's the champion of the world. Incredibly dominant. There's a sloppy takedown attempt, though. Izzy saw that coming a mile away.
But I think that's okay, right? If you're Robert Whittaker, that's okay.
Yeah.
You got to give him the thought. Because Adesanya right now has gotten really comfortable with the stand-up, but he defended that takedown with no problem.
I mean, this is what he wants. He wants Izzy to come at him.
Yep.
But he's got to capitalize on it. He's got to make him pay.
I thought Adesanya did a good job of this, even in the Blachowicz fight. He was feinting him and setting him up, but just not taking the traps that he wasn't capitalizing on him. Tonight he is capitalizing on him. I think Izzy feels like the threat isn't as great with Robert Whittaker in front of him.
You know, it's an interesting placement on the kicks of Adesanya. It's more on the hamstrings coming around the back as opposed to the calf. But I tell you, every one of these exchanges is terrifying for Robert Whittaker because he's been dropped. I mean, the power of Adesanya really is phenomenal.
Whittaker went to check that kick, raise the leg. Final 10 seconds of round 1.
Well, now he knows that Izzy can hurt him, so he's got to be very cautious in his approach. But you can't be so cautious that you're giving away rounds.
Yeah, exactly.
And that round was Israel Adesanya. They turned to go back to the corner. He looked a tad bit discouraged. If he's going to have a chance, he's got to find some success, and he's got to find some success right away.
Well, it is demoralizing. You know, you train, you win 3 fights to get back to this position, and you get dropped in the first round again. You know, it's like, man, I've got no answer for this guy.
Especially when you've been the best for a long time.
Yeah. See, now we're starting to get a little desperate.
Well, he's taking some chances.
Whoa! I mean, it's that kind of interaction that ended the first fight.
Yep. Because when he stopped punching, Izzy's still going. And that's where Izzy knocked him out.
That's what Rob needs to do. He needs to slip the shots and try and get on the inside with the hooks.
Well, that's when the takedowns will present themselves.
Exactly.
Off of Izzy's strikes. He's not going to just shoot and take him down.
Now, these corners calling for straight shots for Robert, but he doesn't really throw straight shots. Often, his shots, they kind of have an arc to them all the time, other than the jabs.
Well, because he's slipping and moving in the most of his attacks.
The head movement from Adesanya is a sight to behold, and we did just get the quote from Whittaker on the stool, and it was about those leg attacks, and he said, Adesanya knows how to attack my legs. He's doing it effectively. 12 already.
12 in 1 round. I mean, it's impressive.
Some inside, some outside, and
there's a nice job. He's having a better round so far. That was close.
Whittaker corner calling for a little bit of self-belief at this point. Nice connection there with a left by Whittaker.
Yeah, that was a real nice shot, and that will give him self-belief. That will improve your confidence when you start landing. In the first round, he didn't really land anything significant, and he got dropped. But now he's working his way back into the fight. Certainly a round. Kind of telegraphed that kick.
But you got to start throwing that to the body if you're Robert Whittaker, because Israel Adesanya will always lean back out of the way of that kick.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Takedown for Whittaker.
He's trying to get that hand. That hand at the back's trying to grab Izzy's left hand. Izzy's going to give up his back here. Nicely done.
But look for Whittaker to go to the same takedown that Malkoun was using. If he can get his hands locked, try to step around the leg. Adesanya's doing a masterful job of putting him back in front of him.
But this is how Izzy likes to defend takedowns, you know. I mean, he's a master at this. He's very, very good. For Rob, he's got to get him off the fence. He's got to turn, pull him, drive him towards the center of the octagon. That's a different ball game completely.
Herb Dean will give the fighters a lot more time to work in the clinch than Dan Miragliotta, that I can assure you.
And you have to in this kind of fight. I mean, this is Robert's strategy.
Adesanya puts him right back on his heels every single time. Controlling the center of the octagon.
And when Whittaker fought Darren Till, he did drop that first round before coming out strong over the final 4. So has had some success rallying. This an entirely different beast, though.
I mean, the speed of that left kick is ridiculous.
And there's no tell. I mean, it just comes out, doesn't do anything to show it.
Nice jab and a leg kick on the return from Whittaker.
I'm surprised we don't see a level change. When he's in like that, and he's throwing the shots and he's in close, I'm surprised we're not seeing a level change on a good old-fashioned double leg.
There's a massive threat, man, in the way that Adesanya stands. He's so rooted into the ground, looking like he wants to go. It's hard to think of even changing levels because you don't know what's coming back in your direction. Look at
Good
it.
leg, man.
Look, I mean, John, his posture is so much more aggressive than it normally is tonight.
And that dovetails with what he said all week. You know, that he was going in here with bad intentions tonight. This fight already longer than the first meeting.
And that's something we anticipated. A much longer fight between these two.
All right, 10 minutes.